What's going on, everybody? This is Lamar, and this is Political Media. I always say that everything is political. Everything. I think everything has some type of political connotation to it to some degree. We talked about that as relates to the church in a video I did a couple of days ago regarding Kalante, I forgot his name, something. Y'all seen it. And now I want to talk about it as relates to Hollywood. It's political. So politics is not just in DC. For instance, Monique is back on her mess. She's back on it. As relates to Tyler Perry, not so much Oprah and Daniels and Lionsgate this particular time just yet, but definitely towards Tyler Perry. She watched the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion and saw Will Smith make up with Aunt Viv, dark-skinned Aunt Viv. You know, there was a dark-skinned Aunt Viv, then there was the light-skinned Aunt Viv, and dark-skinned Aunt Viv has had a whole lot of issues with Will over the past decade or so. Very similar, to be honest with you, to the whole Monique situation. They both feel as though they were blackballed. Perhaps. They both feel like they couldn't get any work because of the bridges that they burnt. Perhaps. So because she saw Will and Aunt Viv, Janet Hubert, which is her name, looking at it over here, make up on TV publicly, now she's she's waiting for her apology, her public apology from Tyler Perry. So she posted this. She posted a clip from Will making up on the reunion, and she says, "Hats off to Will Smith for apologizing for what he did to Janet Hubert's, everybody's Aunt Viv, in quotations, in parentheses, career life, what he did to her career, her life when he was young. Perhaps Tyler Perry, who has admitted in private that he was wrong, will follow suit and be man enough to apologize in public like he promised. We'll work on Oprah and Lionsgate at a later date. P.S. Tyler, you won People's Choice Award for being the people's champ for your body of work. Tell the truth about a woman named Monique who did nothing wrong." See, there we go. "And be a champion for the individuals who supported your career for years, the black women." See, don't try to loop yourself in. And then she says, "Please swipe to hear Tyler Perry say it with his own words." So she plays the audio of him talking to her privately, her and her husband, who ambushed him and kind of hemmed him up to get him to agree with them. So this is my thing. First of all, you have to take responsibility for a decision that you make, and that's something that Monique is refusing to do. She's refusing to take responsibility for her part of this whole situation, and she's still screaming the loudest, or she's still the only one screaming because she's the one affected. Because, as I say, it's about politics. This whole thing stemmed from when they did the movie Precious, which Oscar, she got Oscar for it. But they asked her to travel abroad and do some promo because there was Oscar buzz around the film. And it wasn't expected to be such a big film or Oscar-worthy film. But once it started being showed and the Oscar buzz started swirling, they were like, okay, so we're going to do promo here, which she was contractually obligated to do. But then she was not contractually obligated to do it abroad. As far as marketing the film. And what's funny about that is that black folks always complain, black producers, creators complain that they don't get the same viewership abroad like white movies. This is why. If your ass is not willing to go abroad to promote a film that you're getting an Oscar for, and there shouldn't be any complaints about that. Stop crying about the inequality as relates to that numbers on films when you're not willing to put in the work. Okay? My thing is, while you were not contractually obligated to go abroad and promote this film, why wouldn't you want to? You're the star of the film. film is blowing up. You want it to do well abroad. That's good for everyone. That solidifies your future. Play ball. You know you don't have to, but if you don't, it's a lot of pressure to do it because why? Politics. Of course, Oprah's executive producer, Tyler's executive producer, Lionsgate distributing, I'm assuming, Lee Daniels directed it. Everyone's gonna benefit from this big film. Everyone's name is on it. Your name is in the credits at top billing, but yet you're not willing to play ball and put in the work to make this thing bigger than life. You just want to do the bare minimum of what you contractually able, which is okay. But the results of that is exactly what you're getting right now. You call it being blackballed. I call it people making a decision not to work with somebody that's not willing to go to extra effort to make something big, huge, which you had an opportunity to do that. Huge opportunity to do that. Top billing. Your name is at the top of the bill. Top. Yet you're complaining because Tyler Perry chose to empathize with you over the phone because he doesn't hate you, but he empathized with you while you and your loser husband manager chose to go down his throat over the phone. So now you're trying to use that as you agree with me. So if you agree with me in private, you need to agree with me in public. And Tyler did say, and perhaps he shouldn't have, in my opinion, I wouldn't have, said that, okay, he'll address it when he goes on his next promo tour for his next big film. And I don't know if he has or not. I don't feel like he should. I feel like one of the reasons I don't feel like he should because you went on stage and told Tyler Perry, Lee Daniels, Oprah, and Lionsgate to suck your dick. So at that point, all bets are off. I don't care what I promised you. All bets are off. Matter of fact, Tyler Perry offered you, I think, $500,000 because you complained about how much you got paid for the film. I could have that number wrong. I think it's $500K. I'm sure you all will correct me in the comments. So my thing is, it's politics. So just like in Congress, you have to play ball. You want to get a bill through, you need to make deals with other politicians. Because guess what? If you don't make deals with other politicians, none of your stuff is going to the floor for a vote. Nobody voted for you. I don't care. It don't even matter if you're in the same party. You voting against something over and over and over, people are going to remember that. And they're going to be like, okay, well, you won't be getting my support. So while you need all the Democrats vote or all the Republicans vote for this, you won't get mine and it won't go through. So everyone has to work together. Everyone has to do what's good for the greater good. And she chose not to. She chose to go on a campaign of slandering, talking greasy and crazy about all these folks. She called them the gatekeepers, which they could be. Tyler Perry, huge studio, employs lots of folks, including people of color. Oprah has a network as well. Lee Daniels directors. They've created a lot of jobs, particularly for black people. They've done a lot. They did that. No one had to put you in that position. Somebody else could have did it. Alfred Woodard, somebody could have did that. Should have played Precious, perhaps. I don't know. Who else? There's a lot of other folks. Viola Davis could have did it. Somebody, anybody. There's a lot of options out there, but you were elected, chose to do the role, but you chose not to play ball to make the movie a bigger movie, and now you're crying. Tyler Perry's not Will Smith, so you shouldn't expect Tyler Perry to do what Will Smith did. Will Smith was a kid as well. And not only that, can we just be honest? Dark-skinned Aunt Viv admitted to being difficult. So let's not act like there's a pass that you get just because you are a black woman or anybody. You don't get that pass. She tried to throw in the women that have supported you. You don't get a pass just because of who you are when you're being difficult. You were being difficult, Monique. You've been known for being difficult, not just with Precious, with everything. You've been known for being difficult. Even on your talk show you had, you were known for being difficult. So you try to use your gender and your color to get a pass for being an asshole. You can't try to use your gender and your color to get a pass for being a butthole. You just can't. So hopefully you don't get that apology, because I don't think you deserve it. I think you need to go somewhere. I'm just so sick of seeing Monique cry about this for the past few years, and saying that it's taking food out of her and her kids' mouth. Tell your husband to shut up. Shut up about this. Move on. You don't have to do business with them. They're obviously not doing business with you. And I don't know who wants to do business with someone that acts like you. When you don't get what you want, you cry about it, and you go on stage and tell people to suck. And then you expect them still to apologize to you. I'm confused. This has been Political Media on Lamar. Comment below. Subscribe. Like it. Hit the thumbs up thing. And until next time, peace out.